Alright, hello and welcome to another Warframe builds video. You might not be expecting EXCAL to get a builds video so fast, but his new augment prompts him to have a new build because it needs to include it now. So, let's talk about that new augment, Chromatic Blade. It's fucked up. Basically what this does is it can take your Exalted Blade and turn all of the damage into one element, and increase your status chance by 50%. That is a base status increase that is affected by power strength, meaning that you're going to get 100% status and have a totally elemental blade. That's going to be the point of using this, which opens EXCAL up to some very interesting things that he can do now. In that, his damage can go up massively. You remember Sylvan Aegis? This weapon's great. It also uses Condition Overload. Now EXCAL does. This is absolutely fucking devastating. You've got your corrosive damage and then heat at the end. I'm using white energy color, which gives me cold damage on my Exalted Blade, which is added last. So we've got our corrosive blast damage, which is incredibly powerful, both for blast having a double proc on Condition Overload because of the blast proc itself and the knockdown, both being a part of that. And corrosive also adds into Condition Overload, so there's 3 just at a base value without trying really very hard to get more than that. And you could bring, like, say, Taxon and just have him ice proc people too, but that's really not going to be necessary. You also have Berserker and Prime Fury just to swing very, very fast, Life Strike for safety, and Prime Pressure Point for even more damage. This is absolutely fucked up in terms of what it can output. The build on EXCAL, again, is this. I'm using Rage to counter some of the drain stuff, and it pretty much has just all been fine. I haven't really found any problems with energy. And this is fucked. Like, the amount of damage that is about to happen, it's fucked. And, like, let's not pussyfoot around. We're starting with this test. Let's just show what it does to these guys. Because you remember when, like, the blades got nerfed, and, like, his Exalted Blade just, like, didn't do as much damage, and you couldn't, like, just send it down a hallway and be, like, just completely assured that all enemies in the vicinity would instantly get evaporated? Yeah, that's over. Yeah, we could go back to the times whenever that was the case, but we don't have to. It's an option. Collectively, these enemies have about 20 million EHP, and they can't deal. They cannot deal with it. They cannot deal with it at fucking all. Not even one amount of dealing with it. They cannot. This has 100% status chance. Some of the highest base damage in the game, if not the highest, considering the waves. And it's just gross. I mean, what else do we need to say? The other thing we need to say is that the one and only thing this build is not good for is a high-level sentient killing. That is the one and only thing this is not good for, because Exalted Blade becomes 2 elements, at which point the very high-level sentients will adapt fast enough to actually be able to resist that. What level do they adapt fast enough at? Is at about level 100 or so. Anything under that, and you're going to be able to pretty simply kill it. Fun fact, we do not fight level 100 sentients anywhere except for Endless, and no one does that shit. So, that means that this still obliterates sentients also. So that's pretty good. Honestly, is there even more to say? It just kills them. It just slaughters them. It doesn't really, like, matter. Like, what, like, they don't get a choice. Like, you can go with Corrosive Blast whenever you're fighting, enemies like this, and you can do Viral Fire whenever you're fighting enemies that don't have, armor. Like, if you're doing a Corrosive Projection party and you have Viral Fire on this weapon, they're over. They're over. They are gone. They delete enemy. It's done. But yeah, that's EXCAL's new augment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.